If you're new to YouTube and you want to start creating content and hopefully grow that page and get monetized, welcome. So to get started, you're going to need a YouTube page. And to do this, going over to your dashbar and type in youtube.com, and it is going to take you to this interface. Once you come over to the top right corner, you're going to see this part that has sign in. Click on it, and once you click on sign in, if you already have a Gmail account, just go ahead to put in that Gmail account that you want to use to sign in. But if you do not have a Gmail account, you're going to quickly create an account. Then you can choose for what purpose you want to create the account with. Do you want to use it for your personal use? Do you want to create an account for your child or for work or business? Whatever it is that you want to go for, just go ahead to pick it up from here. So I'm going to click on for personal use, and then next you would need to put in your first name and your last name. Please note that your last name is optional. After that, you'll be asked to put in basic information, which includes your date of birth and gender. Once that is done, you would need to just go over to this part that has get a Gmail address to get a Gmail address. Once you click on get a Gmail address, you're going to have a lot of options depending on the name you give to them. So you can go ahead to pick from the options that you've given to them, or you can create a custom Gmail address yourself. If you also have an existing email that you want to use, go ahead and click on use existing email. Once that is done, click on next, and you'll be asked to put in your password and to confirm your password. Once you click on next, you're going to have your phone number verification, and this is where a verification code will be sent to your number. So once you put in your number in here, once you've put in the code sent to your number, you're going to have this part where you have your recovery email. So if you have an email that you want to use to recover this one, in case it goes missing or you don't have access to it, go ahead to put it in here. And then you're going to be asked to review your account. Just go ahead and click on next, and this is where you would go to work on your settings. So just choose whichever one works for you. So once you've chosen whatever you want to work with, go ahead and click on next. Now you're going to come over to this part where they're going to give you a bit of details about your settings and about how to use your data, basically terms and conditions. You can either reject or accept. So I'm going to be accepting all. Once that is done, you have your privacies and terms that you just quickly need to click on I agree to. Once you've done everything, you have your email account ready. You can see this email account here, and this is nazaguide@gmail.com. So you can just use this to sign in into YouTube. Once you click on OK, you automatically signed in into YouTube. So now that you've made an account, it's now time to create a YouTube channel. So head over to the top right and click on the cycle below, and then you're gonna see create a channel just very close to your name and your email address. So once you click on it, you will need to put in the channel name that you want to go for and also the channel handle. So let me quickly show you the difference between a channel name and a channel handle. So your channel name is the name that shows up as the name of your channel when people click to view your channel. And if you check underneath your channel name, you're going to see your channel handle, and it usually starts with @ and then the name you decide to use on it. And please note that your channel name is the first name that people would see when they discover your channel on the YouTube homepage, while your channel handle usually shows up when you've placed a comment on your video. Channel handle also shows up when you respond to comments on your channel, and this is also the URL that people type in when they want to search for your channel or for your handle, and it usually comes as www.youtube.com/handle. So try not to make it too long so that it is not too complicated for people to see and to remember. Please note that your channel name can be literally anything. There is no restriction to what you name your channel, and the handle can be anything that is uniquely available or whatever works for you. And please note that once you put a handle in here and someone else already has the handle, you might have to just think of something else. And please note that both your name and your handle is not necessarily permanent. You can always change them in the future if you feel like. So the next thing you want to do is to select a profile picture. So just click on this part that has select picture, and you can either choose profile pictures from the illustrations that are here on YouTube, or you can upload from your computer. So I'm gonna go with this picture. You may want to drag and rotate it so that it fits the cycle below, and so that it captures the parts that you want to be visible on YouTube. Once you're done, just go ahead and hit on done. And once that is set, just come over to this part that has create channel to create your channel. So you can see that our brand new YouTube channel is ready, and we can start creating content, or we can record over here on YouTube and upload. And now it's time to do a few important settings so that YouTube would push our channels to the people who actually need them, and we could get more views and go viral. So head over to your profile picture on the top right, and then scroll over to the part that has YouTube Studio. Click on it. Then next, you're going to come over to this part that has settings, and this is just in the left hand side of your screen. So once you click on settings, you're going to see different kind of settings. There's the general settings, there's the channel, upload default permission, community, and agreement. But we're going to be going for the second options, which is the channel. So go ahead and click on channel, and then there are different settings in here, and then there is the basic info, advanced setting, and future eligibility. Now this future eligibility is very important, and a lot of people seem to skip this part, and this go ahead to haunt them when they start making their videos, because in most cases the videos just get trashed out by YouTube's algorithm. So you're going to go ahead and click on future eligibility. So once you click on it, you're going to see the standard feature, which is already enabled. With using the standard features, you can upload videos, create playlists, add collaborators, and also add new videos to your playlist. And then you have the intermediate features. Now you have to enable this feature, because this is the feature that will help you upload videos that are over 15 minutes long, help you create custom thumbnail, and also do live streams. Once you click on this drop down bar, you're going to see the requirements that you need to make this feature eligible, which is to verify your phone number. So go ahead and click the black button, and then you're going to come in here, ensure that your country of residence is clicked, and then you go ahead to add in your phone number so that YouTube can send you a code to verify your number. Once you've put in your number, they're going to send you a code. Go ahead to put in the code, and once they send you the code, enter it and click on submit. So next, we're going to be setting some important upload defaults for every time we upload a video. So to do that, within YouTube Studio, go over to settings, and once you're in here, you're going to see this part that has upload default. Once you click on it, this basically show the information or the settings that you want to be on your video for every time you upload a video. So you have here your basic info, which includes the title and the descriptions of your video, so that every single time you might not need to start adding titles to your video or descriptions to your video. But this works if you're doing certain kind of content or repetitive content. But if you're doing content that talks about different topics for each video, you might just want to skip this, because for each topic you might want to go with a different title and a different description. Once you scroll down, you're going to see your visibility, and then you have the public, the private, or the unlisted. Now I would advise that you put your video on unlisted. This is because it would give you enough time to do a lot of changes that you want to do in your video. Maybe you have a new title in mind and you don't like the previous title that you used for your video. You can go ahead and change the title, do a lot of changes to the description, probably thumbnail, and it's not affect your video at all. Neither will it disrupt the algorithm from pushing your video. It gives you enough time to work on your video before it goes public. And also, if you want to add default tags to each of your video, you can go ahead and add them in here. And then after doing that, you're going to want to head over to advanced settings, and in here you have your video language. If you do a video that is in a language that is other than English, you may want to select the particular language in here. There's a lot of options that you could work with. This video language will help you process the captions of your video faster, so that people from those vicinity can properly understand it. And just like we did on the the video language. We're going to be doing the same thing on title and language. So just select whatever title and language description that you want in here, and then you have comments. You can either decide to turn on comments or turn off comments for your videos. However, it will be advisable that you leave the comments on, because this is one way people can engage with your video, and the more engagement you have on your video, the more the algorithm pushes it further. But if you do not want anyone commenting on your video, feel free to turn comments off. But there is also an option in between the on and off comments, which is the moderation. You can decide to just go ahead to choose basic, and this basic would make sure that the algorithm filters comments that are inappropriate. So if there are any comments that are inappropriate, that are harmful, once you click on this basic option, the algorithm will take it out whenever somebody makes a comment like that. And then you have the strict option, and this is the kind of option that holds a broader range on potentially inappropriate comments. And then you have the hold all. I would advise that you stick to the basic comments, because you want people to be able to comment as much as they can on your video. Please note that whichever one you pick in here, you can always come back to change it. And after doing this, you want to head back to the channel section in the settings, and then you have this part where you have your country of residence. Do well to add whatever country of residence that you're currently in, so that YouTube knows where you're located and it can help you to push your video to people in that vicinity. And then under advanced settings, you would want to tell YouTube if your channel is made for kids or not. Otherwise, before you upload any video, it's keep on asking you to confirm if this video is made for kids or if it is not made for kids. But if your channel is a bit mixed up, you have videos that you do for kids sometimes, and then there are video for adults, you might want to just stick to I want to review this setting every time. And then the final setting you might want to note is here on the permissions, and this is where you can add more people to the account. If you probably have a huge brand organization and you need more than one person handling this account, making videos and probably checking the analytics, you can come over here and add in more people into the account. So if you come over to this right hand side and click on invite, you can add a new user to your channel and give them access either as a manager. Once they're a manager, they literally have total access to your account. They can view everything in your account. They could manage permission, go live, create, edit, and also delete content. And then you also have the part of the editor. Now the editor do not have so much control as the manager. The editor can view everything. The editor can go live, can create and edit content, but cannot manage permissions or delete content. And then you have the editor limited. This has the same permission as the editor but cannot view revenue data. And then you have the subtitle editor. This kind of editor can only add, edit, or remove subtitle and cannot do anything else. And then there's the viewer. This viewer can view anything on your channel but cannot create any content, edit, or delete anything. And then you have the viewer limited, and the viewer limited can basically do everything as the viewer but cannot view your revenue data. So you can just go through and be sure of who you want to give total access to your account. Ensure that you know the role you want them to perform so that everything runs smoothly. So once you've done this couple of default, just go ahead and click on save so that everything you've worked on is properly saved. So now that we've done the basic setting, the next step is uploading our very first video. But before you do that, there are a lot of branding element you need to add to your channel to make your channel very attractive. Because one thing you need to know is that there are a lot of channels competing for your audience attention, and the more attractive your channel is, the more easy it is for somebody to click on it and for you to get views. So you're going to come over to your YouTube studio, and then if you head to the left hand side, you're going to see this bar that has customization. So go ahead to click on it, and this is where you can upload your banner image. You can also edit your profile picture, and then you have the names, handle, basically anything you want to do here to make your channel look more attractive. So we're going to start with the banner section here. Please keep in mind that YouTube banner has to look good on multiple devices. If you check your screen, there's the laptop section, and then there's the phone, and then you have the TV. So whatever banner that you're hoping to put on YouTube should be able to look good on these 3 devices. Now, because this banner needs to look good, you have to ensure that every information that you need on this banner has to be in the center. Over here, you can see that the profile picture is in the center, the name, what the person does, and then you have the subscribe button. Now, once we upload a banner like this on YouTube, you're going to see that once you view them on different devices, the profile picture will be visible, what the person does will be visible. So you want to make sure that every details is basically sitting at the center of your banner, and then every other part can just have the brand color or whatever elements that you want it to have. And please note that the ideal size for a YouTube banner is 16 by 9, so ensure that this is on 16 by 9. So this design is basically a template in Canva. If you want to create a banner, you can basically do this for free on Canva. Just come over to Canva and search for YouTube banner, and then you're going to see a lot of templates that you can just work with. Just go ahead to pick one, edit, and you're good to go. Now, over here at our customization, you can also change your profile picture. Let's say you do not like this particular profile picture that is here. Once you come over to this bar, you're going to see change or remove. So once you click on change, you're able to change your profile picture. Over here, you can also change your YouTube name, and you can also change your handle. And then next, you have your channel description. This is where you tell your viewers what your channel is about, what you do, what results you're hoping to get once they come over to your channel. I recommend that you keep your description very short, very sweet, and very attractive, and ensure that you focus on the value that you're offering to your audience and not basically talking about yourself. Ensure that everything that you're doing on this description part is telling the viewers that once they go to your video, they're going to get a solution to a problem that you're probably searching for, or would probably get the desired result that they're hoping to get once they come over to your channel. And ensure you add a CTA. This could be telling them to subscribe, and then you can also add your email address. If probably there is a brand that is hoping to reach out to you, they will easily reach out to you using that email address. I would also advise that you do not add the email address that you used in opening your YouTube channel. This is so that if you run into hackers and they have access to that email, they will not be able to access your account, because as you know, your email address is connected to your YouTube channel. So ensure that the email address you're going to be putting in the description part is not the same email address that you used in opening the accounts. This would keep you safe in a lot of ways. Underneath your description, you have links. If you want to include a link to probably your WhatsApp account or your WhatsApp channel, your website link, whatever link at all you want to do, you can go ahead and put in your link in here. You also have your email address. This is another way people can contact you using the email. And then you have your video watermark. If you notice, there are a lot of videos that have subscribe in their video. You see an icon showing subscribe. This is where you come over to upload a video watermark that would always appear in your video, telling your viewers whatever action you want them to do. Once you've done all these savings and you're happy with them, just go ahead and click on publish. And then after doing this, come over to the left hand side and click on this end button. Now this is where you can track your progress on your journey to earning on YouTube. And as of right now, for you to be eligible for you to start earning on YouTube, you need to have at least 1,000 subscribers, and you should be able to have up to 4,000 watch hour, or alternatively 10 million views on shorts. Please ensure for the watch hour aspect, this has to be gotten within the last 365 days. Now you can ask YouTube to notify you once you reach the criteria that they need for you to start earning on YouTube. So basically, this is everything you need to know as a new channel on YouTube. If you come over to this part that has your dashboard, this is basically what you're going to see once you start uploading video. So once you upload a video, you're going to see the videos that you've uploaded in here. You're going to see your channel analytics, which include your subscribers, your watch time, and then the views you've gotten in the last 28 days. And then in your top content, you're going to see the content that are performing well, and this would help you know what to improve on, what strategy you should use in order to get seen on YouTube. Over here at analytics, once you start getting views, all of your data would start showing here on your analytics. As you can see, this is a very new channel, and you can see that we've not gotten any views on the last 28 days. If we had gotten any views, you're going to see the views, watch time, and subscribers in here, and this is in real time. Over here at community, this is basically where you can find information about your community, including comments and mentions. So now it's over to you to go ahead and make your first video. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Leave me a lovely comment if this was helpful, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.